What's good, y'all, man? I finally got to making YouTube videos again after basically procrastinating for a whole year. Nevertheless, man, I want to lock in for 2026, so I guess I have no other option but to just start, you feel me? So while being on YouTube and watching tutorials, as any other producer does, I noticed that there are a lot of YouTube videos on how to make loops, but no one actually shows how to arrange, mix, and export them as well. So you can send out a bunch of them to producers and artists and engineers as loop kits.
They ain't believe in us.
And that's exactly what we're gonna do today, man. We're gonna make one loop in the style of Ghana, although the artist doesn't really matter here. We'll then mix it, arrange it, and export it, and show you how to do it the right way. So let's get straight to it. So before you even start, choose your BPM. I think for Ghana you can go with like 130 to 150. Let me just go with something around 136. So what I also do from the start is I turn the volume knob all the way up. This can be really helpful later on when we start compressing things, so that we basically have some headroom to play around with. Now let's make a melody. You want your melodies to reach at least minus 12 decibels. Now this plugin is basically the sauce to everything, man. So what we need now could be just like a simple flute or something, just to get that typical Ghana vibe, you know? It's important to process it all the way through. I'm not even doing anything special, I'm just putting on a comp and that's it. That's what I'm talking about, man. Process your melodies, just clean them up. Listen, you see? All of that is just rumble. You don't need any of that. Let's just get in some accents with like Asian guitars, just to make it a bit interesting. Yeah, this sounds good as hell. Yeah, some strings could help us. Like a nice reverb and some delay, this could sound really good. Now we can actually layer the piano with like a pad. Yeah, this is good. This is good. We can work with this one. Just to add in some variation. We want to have the strings like way in the background. What I really like to do now, when I'm kind of like done with all of my melodies, to try out different pitches. So I don't know if you have any plugin that does this, but I know about Soundshift to Pitch Stereo, which is a Waves plugin. What if we actually like half-time the piano? Yeah, we're going with this one. Alright, so I think this is already mixed really well. Next thing I really love doing with all of my melodies is just glue them down. I just love the SSL comp. It's also a Waves plugin, man. I'm in love with Waves plugins. It just is a simple compressor, really. There's nothing special to it, but I just don't know, man. I really like this one. Yeah, this already sounds so much better, man. So at the left side, you can basically see the overall volume of all of your melodies. And you want this to be like around 12 or like slightly above. So let's do that with the makeup gain. Yeah, this is perfect. So this is it for making the melodies. Split by channel, just go to your pattern, right click, split by channel, and you've done it. Put them into the playlist. And now what you want to do is select all of them again, right click, and then press render and replace. And now what this will do is it will render the MIDI and the notes you've played in. It will render all of that together with your VSTs, together with your plugins. So now, don't forget this part, it's really important. You select all of them, you press S for like slip, and then you just slip the WAV files for like one tiny bit. You see? This is everything you're doing. Now this may seem dumb as hell, but it actually isn't. If you now go into the file and you select declicking mode to be generic, and what this does is just add in an automatic transition which leads to the wave not clicking. When anybody has your loop, it doesn't matter who it is, they're gonna have your loops like somewhere here inside of their folders. They're going to go in and search for it, and then they're gonna click on it once. And as soon as they click on it, your loop plays from the beginning. So now the trick is, you obviously want everything to play at the beginning. It's that simple. Just let everything play. You try to like arrange it a bit, make it interesting. Show the producer how an intro could sound like, how a hook could sound like. Now, what's also important is to let everything play on its own so that the producers can basically play around with it. So now, as the last step, you can see the BPM, which is 136, but you don't actually see the key. And the key is just as important, if not even more important. So what you need now is some kind of plugin that can detect your key. I love to use the auto key from Antares, but I know that this is paid. I'm gonna do some research if there are any free plugins out there which can detect the key, and I will put them in right now. So go check them out. So as you can see, it's G minor. Just keep that in mind. Now let's listen to the full loop. So this is the way how to export your stuff. So first off, just give it some catchy name, whatever comes to your mind. For me, it was Canon. So you type in Canon. Second thing is, you type in your key. Remember, we said it was G minor. So you type in G minor. Your BPM, which you can read, it says at the top 136. So you type in 136. Next thing you do is just put in whatever your name is. Producer name, producer tag. For me, it's Namur Sauce It Up, so I just type in Namur Sauce It Up. And now you're done. You export it as an FOP, you export it as a WAV file, and as an MP3. And then you're basically done. Alright y'all, now that we made a fire loop, we can finally summarize the whole process. And if you've actually stick to the end, man, you're better than 90% of the industry. You're way ahead of them. Now let's get to summarizing this whole process in just 5 steps, man. And those 5 steps will guide you towards a good loop and maybe even a successful loop kit. Just follow these 5 steps. First, you need to think about emotions. Think about what type of loop you want to make. Think about the artist. Think about the genre. If you're more experienced, think about the key, the BPM. This is basically the first step to the start of your loop. Second, don't overdo it, man. Making loops is no rocket science. Just make simple loops that sound good, that are easy to work with, loops that maybe even give some ground to work on. Like as a producer, you maybe want to add something to the loop. So just don't overdo it, man. That's step 2. Third step is mix as you go. Don't just start stacking melodies on top of melodies. Work with the mixer, work with the channel rack, work with plugins so that not only your melodies sound good from the beginning, but you actually get ideas out of your own melodies. And that's step 3. Now step 4 is to give the producers, the engineers, the artists some kind of appetizer. Show them what the loop might sound like. Show them how the hook could be, the verse, pre-hook. Just arrange it in an interesting way. You can play around with the key, play around with the BPM, play around with low pass filters, high pass filters. And now step 5 is to keep it professional when exporting. Think about some catchy short name, find out the key of your melodies, name the BPM, and don't forget your producer name. And that's basically it, man. Now you made a loop in just 5 steps. That's all that's to it. I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope this time I'm actually gonna focus on creating content for y'all. I really wanna lock in for 2026, and I hope you guys support me. And that's it for me, man. God bless y'all.